Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name's Sipsky, your host. The other day I purchased this 3D printing pen, thinking that I could use it for amazing 3D crafts. It was only $40, so I thought that's a pretty reasonable price. Maybe I can do this amazing artwork. Well, it wasn't as easy as I thought. The device itself, this Smart Tech brand 3D printing pen, wasn't as friendly as I thought in terms of usability. The manual did not mention that I have to wait about almost 2 minutes to let the element heat up and get to use it, because it just said to turn it on. It didn't say how long, so I thought maybe it was a defect or something. But luckily I knew about that. You know, just like my hot glue, you have to wait a while. You wait a minute or two to get that element inside, the heat element, to heat up and melt the PLA plastic, right? So that's what you need to do first. And the button too, it's not very clear what you're doing with it, you know, unless you look at the manual. It'll tell you that this button means to, increase the heat, and the other button to bringing the filaments inside and then to pull it out. So you got to look at the manual before you start this, okay? And another thing that was not mentioned in the manual, of course, is that waiting for about a minute or two to get it heat up. And on top of that, if you wait a while, after maybe 2-3 minutes, the device will turn itself off, and then you have to press it on again. You're gonna wait another 1 or 2 minutes for it to heat up again. So that's something that is not as intuitive as I thought. Anyway, that being said, I thought, okay, maybe I can use it to make a beautiful craft. Well, I'm not. In this case, I wasn't as creative as I thought. Couldn't really come up with something that I thought was amazing. However, I do find two applications that I thought was useful for this 3D pen. Number one was I was able to fix my scissors. One of my scissors was broken. Have a look at the video attached here. Okay, so it's ultimate test here. My scissor here is broken, so I'm gonna have to somehow put it together. Let's see. There we go. So the only solution is to form a mesh around the jointed area that's broken, and that's how it's gonna work. See? There we go. Got it to work. It worked. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, this actually is pretty useful because it's become part of my tools now to fix things. The second one I thought was pretty neat was to make, and have a look at the video here, is to make a 3D embossing character, like names. I put my name on this, right? I can write my name, and then you put on, let's say, a piece of paper on a business card. It looks really cool. And what's so cool about this 3D pen is that you can make a 3D effect on a piece of paper. So you can write like a happy birthday, and it's this 3D effect. You can feel it. So I think that's one of the important application, a cool application. You put words onto the piece of paper and you can feel it. It's 3D. I think that's probably better than making art crafts that doesn't really look very nice, whereas if you handwrite it with this plastic pen, it's actually quite good. You could use it for 3D effect on a piece of paper that's 2D. So that kind of stuff is pretty neat. And maybe I have more new crafts that I can come up with using this pen. I'll show you in the future, but I thought these two application is pretty neat. So if you have a business card, you want to create a name for like your initial, your signature, a specific logo that has character, alphabet, letter, and all that stuff. This is not a bad thing at all. It's actually pretty good. You can do this, use this to do that. Okay, so those are two main applications I thought is worthwhile using. The other craft that show here, problem with that is it used a lot of this filaments to get not so decent artwork, right? I wouldn't be that proud of that art, because that's like I could use a clay, and I think the clay might have been even nicer than this. But anyway, but other than that, I thought yes, for $40, this thing is worthwhile for my purpose anyway. The two things that I could do with. Maybe in the future I'll find other things to do. I noticed that I was going to use this to like join things together, like to heat up and glue something together on a plastic to plastic, metal to metal. Didn't work out. Okay, not great for those. On the paper, also not very good for bonding those paper together. Okay, so if you want to use it for bonding plastic to plastic, metal to metal, or metal to plastic, or even paper, this is not the one to use. Hot glue is better. Okay, so that's what I learned. All right, thanks for watching. EducateTube.com.